Alrighty then, there wasn't a shift show today, but the shift show didn't end on Friday when we thought it ended. Oh, no. They went back down into the skiff, into the double top secret, under the cone of silence skiff for more shifty shift shenanigans. You know, the Democrats, this entire process is bogus from beginning to end. Under the new rules, just for this, if we take a secret deposition, you can't even reference the subject matter covered in the secret deposition without facing ethics charges. Okay? This whole thing is rigged. It's a con. It's rigged from beginning to end. If we're having open hearings, why is Shifty Schiff still taking depositions in secret? I'll tell you why. Because one of those deposed completely blew, timid Miss, Ambassador Blasey Ford's testimony. And this is the woman who's supposed to be representing United States interests vigorously against men on the world stage. Yeah, that was a total act that we saw on Friday. Complete and total act, just like Blasey Ford's was an act, just like they're always putting on an act. Because her testimony, not only did she perjure herself on Friday before Congress, and let's get her called up, let's get her charged for lying to Congress, let's get her prosecuted like Roger Stone was prosecuted, let's get her convicted like Roger Stone was convicted. Or do we have two-tier systems of justice here? Of course we do, because while anonymous accounts are telling people to hashtag trust the plan and hashtag the storm is coming, Democrats are getting people indicted, prosecuted, and imprisoned. Okay, you see how that works? So we need an end to that. We finally do have a date certain for release of the FISA. We were, it was originally imminent, right? We didn't know what imminent was, and somebody speculated that it would be before Thanksgiving. Then it came out that it'll be the first week in December, and it's like, what year? But now we do have a date certain because it needs to be made public at least as of December 11th, because Inspector General Horowitz is scheduled to testify before the Senate on December 11th. Unless that's postponed, or unless we're in the middle of, one or more funeral paloozas. We've got some candidates eligible for funeral palooza coming up, Notorious RBG and others. So maybe we're going to have more funeral paloozas. Oh, meanwhile, did you see that there are going to be criminal charges for the guard in the Epstein suicide? He didn't kill himself. Excuse me. I got a little tickle here. Epstein didn't kill himself. Let me try again. That did the trick. With my Choose Greatness mug. This is another great Christmas gift that you can get on the website. The Patriot Uprising logo, hashtag Choose Greatness. And I'm telling you, coffee does taste better out of these. It's absolutely, indubitably true. Coffee tastes better when you choose greatness. All right. So, we got more shift show coming tomorrow, but I think that we've seen enough. Elise Stefanik doing a great job, fantastic job, calling out Shifty Schiff, reading his own words into the record, using her 5 minutes on Friday to read his own words about what an impeachment process would require and about getting the whistleblower to testify. He would not acknowledge his own words, and so she used her 5 minutes, because you can use your 5 minutes for anything you want. She had no questions for the ambassador, because really, what questions could you ask her? Her testimony was completely blown out of the water when she was asked two questions. Number one, do you have any direct knowledge of the president taking a bribe? No. Number two, do you have any evidence that the president has been involved in any criminality whatsoever? No. Okay, that blew her testimony right out of the water. We're done with you. So Elise took her 5 minutes and read Shifty Shift's comments, is citing them to each individual source, Vox, WashPo, CNN, MSLSD. It was a beautiful thing. And he sat there, of course, like a little girl at picture day at school. Bobble-headed freak. So I say that the Republicans ought to, enough with this pushback. Just boycott the rest of the shift show. Do not show up. Just don't show up. If they're insistent on having a process that is so rigged in their favor that no information to the contrary comes out, walk away. Be a disruptor. Just as I say, don't use their language because you've lost the battle before it's even begun if you adopt their language, because then you're fighting on their turf and you can't win on their turf. So it's illegal voting. It's not voter fraud. It's, there's a number of exceptions like that. Do not fall into their linguistic traps. Do not play the games that they have set up so that only they can win. How do you win a game that's rigged against you where there's no possibility of you winning the game? Don't play the game. So the Democrats need to just not participate in tomorrow's committee hearing, and at the same time, have a presser right outside the door of that committee room. Have every member of that committee outside having a presser at the same time the shift show is going on inside. State with specificity everything that you would ask that witness, but wouldn't be allowed to. And I don't care if you face ethics charges, blow the lid. Lee Zeldin said today, we can't even talk about the rules. Don't even let us talk about what was said in secret. Screw the rules. Screw the rules. When do Democrats ever care about rules? Ever. Take a lesson from the president and say, screw the rules. Be a disruptor. Go ahead and release that testimony. You don't need the transcript. Go ahead and talk about what the testimony was and make Schiff bring you up on ethics charges. Because what's the penalty for being brought up on ethics charges? Oh yeah, there is none. It's not a criminal sanction. You've got immunity from criminal sanctions, remember? The most that could possibly happen to you is that you would be censured. Which means what? Nothing. Nothing. Think of everybody that's been censured. Elijah Cummings was censured. What penalty did he pay? None. Lee Zeldin, go out there and give a press conference and describe with specificity exactly the testimony that was elicited on Friday down in the skiff. Break the rules. Don't play by their rules. There are no rules. We are in a post-rules world now. Do you get it? The Democrats have put us in a post-rules world. You want to create ad hoc rules for a kangaroo court? Why the hell are the Republicans playing by the rules? Be disruptors. Ignore the rules. Don't break the rules. Ignore the rules. Deny the validity of the rules. Say those rules do not apply because they're fake rules. Hashtag fake rules. Just ignore them. Pretend they don't exist. Because functionally, they don't. They only exist if you agree to play by their rules. Do you see how that works? Don't agree to play by their rules. So Chairman Graham announced that Inspector General Horowitz is going to testify in the 11th, barring any funeral paloozas. What else has happened? I said we've got the potential criminal charges against the guard in the Epstein case, the two guards. But what else happened this week? Oh, Prince You need to hire Timbo as your PR guy, dude. I would have told you, do not do that BBC interview. Streisand effect. Danger, Will Robinson. Streisand effect. Yeah, he can't come back from this one. They're going to insist that he no longer be an active working member of the royal family now. He completely destroyed himself and the BBC interview. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check it out. He literally he totally Streisanded himself by trying to distance himself from the scandal and his involvement with Epstein. All he did is focus everybody's attention on it and give people opportunities to post pictures of him with the young girls. And yeah, Andy's toast. Seriously, these people need to hire Timbo as their PR advisor. I'll tell them how not to shoot their face off. Couldn't be more disappointed in Michelle Malkin for coming out, and she defends this